Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you, come along and see it's true.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft episode here on the Highcraft server. So we're in spawn today. We're going to do a little bit of road work. So I was talking to Raven and Refflecto earlier, and we kind of came up with a little bit of a municipal pattern road design. We're going to do black concrete with a yellow concrete powder stripe right in the middle. So I think what I want to do is somewhere down here. I don't really know exactly where. We're going to make a road that's going to stretch from here kind of this way in general, and it's going to run pretty much the length over towards FL's base. And then I got to get with FL. He is out of town for a little while. So once he gets back, we'll probably pick this kind of project back up then. But I think some of this mountainous-ish hill thing here we need to dismantle. It's kind of right in our way. So I want to take it over to somewhere in this general vicinity over here. Maybe I'll try to line it up straight with this this bridge. And as you can see, you're in a construction area. I put some signs down. But so this is going to stretch over this away to about here. Then it's going to take sort of a diagonalish kind of path over here and then continue, I think maybe this way right here. Kind of in line with this path, and then more construction signs. And this is where it's going to end. So it's either going to transition into a path that specifically goes to FL's base, and our path will go this way with bridges and blah, 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 or it'll go around this way and hook up with a path that FL and I will do that's going to kind of have to cut through his little wheat field here and maybe be kind of a semi-exposed tunnel over there. But I've been gathering up a ton of resources, so we've got a lot of blocks. We've got a ton of materials. So I think what we'll do is start over and spawn. I have to go actually get the stuff. I left it strategically placed too far away. So not strategically placed, I guess you might say. So let me grab up a few stacks, maybe like 6 stacks of each of the... well, no, I need twice as many. Okay. So we'll grab like maybe 12 stacks of concrete, black concrete, and 6 stacks of yellow. That should be sufficient. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. Okay, so yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna make my way back over to spawn, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so we're back over in spawn now. I think what I would like to do is have it be kind of far enough away, the actual starting point, that we could make a kind of a gradual and gentle kind of curve should we need to. Like if there ends up being a building here and we don't want it running into it, we could have it kind of veer this way or that way or whatever the case is. So I'm thinking probably right about here is a good place. And I like this Y level that we're at. So I'm going to remove just a little bit of material from right here. And then we can kind of backfill sort of this, what I think was a creeper hole. So we'll just get this all nice and leveled off. And then, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if we were to start it right here, we can go ahead and take, let's go with these 3 blocks. This will be kind of our 3 block area right through here, and we'll just dig all this stuff out. I'm not going to do all of this with you guys. I'm going to be kind of back and forth a little bit. I plan on doing a time lapse or 2. I'm going to have to wait and see exactly how long this really takes. So now that we have kind of our starting area, we'll just go ahead and grab up some black concrete, and we'll just sort of throw it in just like this, sort of all the way down to there. That's fine. Okay, well, let's remove this, and we'll place this in just like that. All right, perfect. So, and then let's grab up some yellow, and we'll just get this placed. I don't know. I think this is extremely loud, the yellow versus the black, and I like the fact that it kind of resembles almost a like a landing strip, or you know, like some sort of a speedway road type situation. I don't know. But I think what I'll do is, let me just get this placed kind of all the way down. Oh, more yellow. That's good. And we'll go to, let's say right about there. That's fine. So now we know what level we're at as far as the this hill goes. So I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of landscaping over here, just some block removal. So maybe we can do that as a quick time lapse. I don't want it to take, kind of the normal 3 or 4 minutes that time lapses seem to take. But I want to get it all cleared out. So let me just get these all these blocks placed in place. There we go. Now I did bring some grass just for this occasion, so we can kind of place this right along there and there, make it look kind of a little bit less man-made. All right, cool. Well, let me get my camera account on and we can get this started. All right, before we started the time lapse, I just kind of wanted to give you an aerial view up here from my my camera account. This is what we've gotten done so far, and this is the mountain we'll be removing. So that's enough talking. Let's get started. Alright, so there we go. Hill's all torn down, looking much more accommodatable at this point. However, I think we may need to kind of extend this portion of the hill out a little bit more, and unfortunately we may end up kind of blocking off part of the this little riverbed here just a little. I mean, it's not exactly what I had originally envisioned, but it should be fine. It's not like we're going to cut off any fish's, migration path or anything silly like that. So, all right, well, I think this should just about do the trick. There, where's the road going to come? Right about here. So if it comes up this way, we can pull sort of some of this out. I don't know who built this bridge, so my hope is that I can coordinate with them and tear it down and reposition it and rebuild it. And maybe we can even, I don't know, improve on it a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, but that pretty much covers this this little section right here. I feel like 2 steps up and 2 steps back down shouldn't be that bad as far as the road building goes. However, coming down this way, this may turn into a problem. So let me get the rest of my materials together for this next section. I'll get this all sort of dug out, and then I'll show you kind of what I have in mind. All right, so I've been over here for probably 10, 15, 20 minutes messing around with it, and I think I've come to the conclusion that the falling sand entity trick is not going to work. So I'm going to go restock up on supplies and go with plan B. Raven happened to wander by and decided to give me a quick hand. So I have the up all set. I need to replace that. I have the up all set. The down is good. The next step. And then we've got kind of this staggered downward pattern. And then I think right here, this is probably going to be the ideal spot for the bridge. So if you made the bridge, let me know so we can tear it down together and build a new one together. So I'm going to jump literally straight across here onto the other side. I need to transport all my materials over because we are pretty much done in this sort of area. And overall, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. And like I said before, this is where it starts, because I don't know what's going to happen with spawn, and I don't want to encroach on spawn just to have to tear all this stuff out again. So yeah, I'm going to move materials, and I'll see you guys here in a bit. Alright, so we got most of the supplies moved, and I think probably our best bet is going to be to figure out where the actual road needs to be before we start doing the full construction. Right about here. Okay, so this is where the road is going to end. I like having 2 blocks on that side, so I think we'll do 1, 2, 3, just like this, and we'll end it right about there. So if I pull all of this out, we can build the grass up along this edge, sort of here, just like that. Okay, cool. So now this is where we'll put this road, and I think what I would like to do is have a slow angle. Oh, yikes. Have a slow kind of sloping angle this away. So we'll do like there, and then we could probably remove some of these like that, and then maybe have it go straight. Okay, let me grab some blocks. I'll grab the concrete blocks and do a little bit of work. All right, so now thanks to the amazing help of Raven, we were able to, oh, I forgot to do that part. We were actually able to get all of the things done. So this section right through here is now pretty much complete. It goes all the way over to kind of the spot that I said it would, just outside of FL's base. And I think I mean, it looks like a road. You know, it looks like a kind of a Minecraft interpretation of like an actual street. So yeah, it's not too bad. All right, well, this is the edge of the construction zone, and over here is where we will be building our bridge if we decide to go that way. If not, we'll continue this path this way, kind of over here, and then probably take it on an angle this way. Yeah, and then into the mountain, just a few blocks will go this way. So the reason I want to get FL involved is because it's his base, and we'll be kind of doing some constructive deconstruction to it. So the last thing I want to do is have him come back from his vacation to find that his base has been like kind of tampered with. So we'll be waiting for him to come back before we do any of that stuff. But yeah, so I think this project is wrapped up. I think I'm gonna say goodbye to Raven, or maybe she'll come with me. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna head over to the shopping area, that place, and possibly do a little bit of work over there. Okay, so I may have gotten a little bit carried away. After we were done building this, Raven and I decided to kind of branch off this way. I was going to make just a really simple sort of bridge right here so that she could get her horse across. And then I thought, why not just build up? And then why not just build a path this way? And then why not build another little bit of path over here? And how about we do a little bit more down? And how about we build another little bridge? And since we've done this much, we might as well come up and do over here. Yeah, I may have gotten a little carried away. So I've built pretty much a lot of stuff. It wasn't intentional, and it didn't really take all that long. But now we sort of have a temporary path from the outskirts of spawn into this area. So this just kind of makes it that much more urgent for me to work on the rail system. So I think what I'm going to do is run over here to this location over here, to the newest spot that. Ow! What are you doing, guy? Not very nice. Oh, creeper. Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the rail station that we made last episode or the episode before, and hopefully we can. Hopefully we can get it connected up, you know, with the first one. So that way it'll give us an option to build near the tunnel, or really to build kind of far away from the tunnel. So I want to get both directions hooked up today if we do it, but I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, if nothing else, we can get the tunnel dug and figure out where through the water we're gonna really want to traverse. So I've got a lot of figuring out to do. All right, well, let's get started. All right, so we're back over at the first rail station, and I think what I'm going to do is use this line here. So you come across the bridge, you come up. You want to bypass the tunnel, you can take this rail system. If you want to go ahead and bypass the entire first, the tunnel and this, and you want to get straight over to that corner system, I mean, we need to properly name these. This is getting a little bit confusing. But if you want to get to the rail station that we've already built, you can jump in here, and this will take you kind of down this way. And then it'll drop down like this into here. And then with any luck, we should be able to connect this up with the rail system on the other side. Yeah, and it'll dump in there like together. All right, yeah, this is gonna take a little bit of engineering. All right, I've got it figured out. So sea level is 64. I'm going to go 10 blocks below. That'll put me at, or 63 rather. That'll put me at 53. And then I'm just going to pretty much dig a 3 wide tunnel, kind of the length, basically until I hit water. That will put me pretty close to the other axis of the other rail station. It's going to take a while, but yeah, so I think what I'll do is maybe do another quick time lapse, 2 time lapses in one episode. What's going on? This one will just be me pretty much digging first person all the way to the water line. But before we do that, I want to go repair my gear because it's starting to actually get a little bit low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to run over, repair my gear, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm over repairing my gear, and I've come to the realization that this thing is slow. It's fine. It's not an ender, XP farm or anything like that, but the plus side is the amount of bows that we are getting from this is ridiculous. And I've been able to craft up an additional 11 more dispensers just hanging out over here. So that's pretty great. All right, we got all of the gear repaired. It's back up to full. We're gonna head back over to the tunnel site, and I think I've come up with a plan to try to minimize the amount of potential damage that could be caused to our rail system. So once I get over there, I'm gonna craft up a bunch of bone blocks. So I grabbed, hi Raven, I grabbed all the bones I could carry, and we're gonna convert them all into bone blocks, and then we're gonna take those bone blocks and we're going to use that for the foundation of our rails. And then hopefully, if someone is in the area and they're doing a construction project or they're mining or whatever the case is, they'll see the bone blocks and they'll think twice before they break them. Then they won't break the whole rail system. So I'm going to go over there, drop these bones off, and we'll go ahead and get the time lapse started. It should be, a time lapse. finally reached the water line. So I think I'll just go ahead and dig just a little bit further out. We can expose all of the water, and then unfortunately we'll have to kind of come along behind ourselves and fix it, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem. There we go. All right, so now, yes, we are actually out in the water, which is pretty much perfect. I was hopeful that we would get here, and in fact we did. So I think kind of the plan now is I need to patch up this hole and make it so that it can be a kind of a consistent out. Oh, come on. I can't quite see. What am I doing? There. Get rid of some of the sand. Okay, there. All right. Nice. Okay, so now that we're here, I need to patch up the ceiling so that all this falling sand and stuff doesn't really have a huge impact on us. So I think I will grab a bunch of blocks, get it all patched up. All right, so there it is. It is all patched up. We've got the tunnel sort of completed, and right out here there's a little bit of a waterfall situation going, but it should be just fine. So now I think what I'm going to do is try to figure out exactly where the other axis is for this, and we can start working on that tunnel. Yeah, it should be fine. The plan is I was originally going to go with two rail directions, like one coming and one going from each of the stations. I scratched the idea. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of rails if we do that. So instead, what I think we'll do is have two like points. So there'll be like the ability for two people to take the rail at the same time, and there'll be a slight kind of delay between the two, and they'll share a rail going each way. So like, for example, over here, this is going to be the rail system that leads from this station to the one over there. You push the button, you'll get a minecart dispensed, and then you'll like basically hop in this minecart and push forward, and then you'll travel down the rail. Now somewhere down here, we'll combine the two rails into one rail, and that rail will take you all the way over, and then over on the other side, we'll try to come up with some sort of a system to split the rails. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that yet. Probably a little redstone, or maybe it would actually be a lot simpler if we just had one collection point, like all of the rails that are incoming dump to the same point. That would actually be much easier. But I don't know what we'll do on that, so yeah, we'll figure that part out later. But guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I do want to thank you a bunch for watching. This has been an amazing experience. I think what I'll do is dig this way, at least until I hit water, and then I think I'm going to do all of the underwater bits in glass. I don't know about coloring the glass or anything, but I definitely want to use at least clear glass for it. So yeah, but I do want to thank you again for watching. From all of us here on the Highcraft server, thank you and good night. That should be good. We'll just go up here. Oh no, I want to sleep. Where's my bed? There it is. sleep, sleep, sleep. Time to go to sleep.